Our Twitter feed's blowing up with this, but I'm going to take the one from Jake Rinsler, who wants to know, since Deadpool is confirmed, will we see Ryan Reynolds return?
I mean, it's expected. Let's be clear, he has not signed on yet, but it is completely expected that he will. I mean, he's really been the guy leading the charge trying to get this thing done, so I can't imagine he doesn't want to do it. I think the only reason they haven't announced it as officially is probably his contract negotiations at this point. I think he wants to do it. I think they want him to do it. Now it's just, can they come up with a number, probably.
Didn't he do the performance capture for the
yes.
test footage also?
Yeah. And the voice. Yeah.
Well, I heard they haven't announced it yet because he's still working on Green Lantern 2.
Woo!
No, I want to see him come back.
Yeah, he has to play
he's gotta.
Deadpool. He's born to do that.
He was born to do it, yeah, absolutely. All right, what's next?
Chris Marabella wants to know, because of the backlash of Paul Giamatti's Rhino character, do you think they might not use this character in the Sinister Six?
It was so bad.
Come on, Spider-Man!
I mean, and this is coming from a guy who liked Spider-Man 2 and who is a huge fan of Paul Giamatti. Yeah. That was awful. Yeah. Awful.
Really
like
bad.
I really like that whole intro scene of the movie with the armor car chase. I thought this is a fun way to introduce this movie.
Yep.
Visually, it was stunning, and as soon as Paul Giamatti started talking, I was like, what? Yeah. And then, was it really necessary to spend the $3 million extra to shoot that final end scene of fighting the Rhino now in the street? Awful. It's so bad. I think they have to be stepping back, if not reconsidering using Paul Giamatti as the Rhino, and if not reconsidering using the Rhino in general, at least stepping back and going, okay, we have to change how we handled this dude from the first one, because that was just terrible.
He's such a talent, though. It's not like a guy that you'd be like, hey, listen, here's the new no, and he's going to go, no, I'm doing it the way that I did it last time. He'll be like, okay, everyone hated it, let's change it, let's do something new.
Okay, John Adams.
Yeah, right, it's Paul Giamatti, so see, he's going to take the notes, and if they say to him, look, that was one of the biggest complaints by all the fans, and they seem to be listening now, obviously, with all the changes. So give him some new notes, let him change. The fans will forgive it if he's not over-the-top, cartoony Batman and Robin style anymore. Let's turn him into a real character.
Well, that Paul Giamatti, those sequences with him wasn't even Batman and Robin. It was the Adam West Batman.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I think the tone of that movie is so all over the map. That's its ultimate failure. So.
But at least Spider-Man dropped his pants. That saved it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Rachel Cushing says, with the buzz around Boyhood and the disappearance of Eleanor Rigby, him, her, and them, do you think there'll be more experimental films like them?
Look, if you pay attention, every year there are a lot of really cool experimental films come out. It's just that the general public doesn't usually give them a lot of attention. I mean, they're there. They are there. Like, we just got to open our eyes and be willing. They're on the websites you're reading. People are talking about these films. They don't get the attention that obviously the bigger blockbuster films get. Certainly not on this show. But trust me, they're there, and they get mentioned on this show, and they get mentioned on all the other sites. It's just that people don't. I often, this comes up down to this. I often get a little bit frustrated sometimes when I see some people going, why doesn't Hollywood do this, or why doesn't studios do this, or why? And I sit back and say, because they have, and you didn't support it.
Right.
I mean, trust me, those films are there. But what's great about Boyhood and Eleanor Rigby and stuff like that is, hopefully these types of films that are getting more attention will get people to pay attention to the other ones that have come out before and continue to come out, and say, hey, this was a good experience of an art house film. Maybe I should check out another one. I mean, just watch AMC Independent, AMC Indie Spotlight every Wednesday on AMC Independent's YouTube channel to see all these great films are coming out. Anyway, what do you guys have to say?
I was just going to say, the question is more to directors who want to take the shots to them as well, because they see these movies, because Boyhood you're going to hear about come award season, and Eleanor Rigby, I thought, for what they did with the two different films put together, it's really smart. It was something new and fresh, and I think directors will say, and it's almost like what Tarantino did in '94 with Pulp Fiction. Nobody was doing storytelling like that in a mainstream way, the way he did. So to see people come out and do, new directors maybe get inspired by it, I think that's, you're right. A lot of times, I don't think you can ultimately point the finger at the audience for not supporting it, though, sometimes too, because the studio's not putting enough marketing for some people to see it. Because there's sometimes you put a movie out like that, and people haven't even heard of it in certain parts of the world. We hear about it here, obviously, in New York, but there are certain parts of the world that are like, what movie is that? How come I didn't hear about that? It's because the studios do need to push it more in marketing. Look at a movie like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Right. That movie was not supported at all by the studio, and I think that never heard one person say a bad thing about that movie. Yeah. So you need to, and that was, again, a new movie the way Shane Black did stuff, and
But
So,
you seek films out. Like Richard Linklater has a name, so like I will blindly see any of his films because I love all of his films. Not all of them. There's a couple I don't like, but in general, he's a great filmmaker. He takes risks. He takes chances. That's the kind of filmmaker that I like. I mean, you can go see, if you're a Smith fan, go see Tusk. It's playing right now in theaters everywhere. Whether or not you like it or not, it takes chances. It's a loving homage to midnight movies. It's freaky and strange. Boyhood is not a regular film. It's not like an A, B, C plot line. It's different, it's experimental, but you should go see it and enjoy the experiment because it's a beautiful film.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.